Hi, this is Father Keith. I'm here to share with you the amazing work our Altar Guild at St. Andrews does and encourage you to think about joining them. I'm recording this just after Easter, so the Altar Guild just had its busiest and most glorious 7 days of the year. It started on Palm Sunday with the preparation of the church for our joyous shouts of Hosanna with the palms everywhere. It continued on with setting the church up for the foot washing on Maundy Thursday, and then the stripping of the altar and preparation for Good Friday. Here you see the altar in the chapel, which they have set up for our overnight prayer vigil between the Maundy Thursday service at 8 p.m. and the Good Friday service at noon. Between the 7 p.m. Good Friday service and the Easter Vigil service the next night on Saturday, dozens and dozens of Easter lilies and candles are put up throughout the church. All of this dedicated work culminates in our joyful Easter celebration on Easter Day.
This is Father Keith, and I am here with some of the members of our Altar Guild. The Altar Guild is the behind-the-scenes group that makes our worship services, all of them, possible. Terry, you're the head of the Altar Guild, right?
Yes.
What do you guys do quickly, as a quick summary?
Basically, we're here to support the services. We set up for communion services and other special services. We're the support service. Background, you'll see us, but not out in front because we're cleaning up after our service, putting together and getting ready for the next one. We do some decorating. We work the candles. We fill them. We keep track of the linens. We no longer have to do them ourselves because we have a linen angel who does our small
yes,
linens.
Thanks to Gretchen Gottschalk.
Exactly.
No one has to relearn how to iron anymore.
Right, she has a halo.
Yeah.
So we're just basically behind the scenes.
This is the sacristy, the place where all these pots and pans are stored, if you will. Give us just a little tiny idea of what's here.
Everything is pretty well clearly labeled. We deal with baptism, so we have our baptism shelf. We clean and service and restock the traveling communion kits. They're on the shelf.
Yep, the ones that the caring committee use, caring team, yeah.
And then down here, we're in the pottery Lent season, so we have a diagram that tells everyone where to place the vessels when they clean up. We also have our pottery checklist and photos book, which is we have both text and pictures of what needs to be done. I think everyone, no matter what the number of years they've been with the Altar Guild, use the book as a follow-up after everything's set up. I do anyway. I carry the book around to be sure that I have everything the way I want it. And this is where we work, our work area. We do decorating for the holidays, so we have some of our holiday decorations there. We refill candles, so we have our oil here. Of course, we do dishes. They're back there. But everything is pretty well located here, and there's always somebody around to help out. If one person runs into trouble finding something, there's somebody around to help.
This is one of your busiest times coming up. Lent, all the changes with Lent, and then Holy Week has multiple services, each of them different and beautiful in their own way, but requiring different setups. And then, of course, Easter. So there's a lot that you guys do that really enhances the beauty of our worship.
It is. It's a busy time. We do the decorating for Christmas and again for Lent.
What do you guys get out of Altar Guild? What is it? How is it part of your spirituality?
Well, I remember as a child going to Grace Episcopal Church in Chadron with my mom doing this. So I do this in honor of her. And we have such a nice group. It's sort of a support group and makes you feel a part of the community. By the way, I'm Sue Hellman. Been here for 46 or 7 years at St. Andrews,
Really?
So I'm one of the oldsters. I have a cute story to tell you about filling candles. Can I share?
Yeah, please.
Okay, well, this is how we fill the candles. And Pat Addison was my mentor in teaching me how to do this.
And we saw Pat on the caring team video, too.
Great. Yeah. Well, Pat was showing me how to do this, and then she took the candles in the hall here and said, let's light it, and we'll test it. And when we did that, the alarms went off. we can't shut off the alarms ourselves. So pretty soon the fire trucks came up and the darling little firemen came in. They weren't very happy with us because they had to search the entire church. And well, that was part of my training.
And it's happened more than once. It hasn't been just you.
I enjoy very much, and the history and handling those things is a great pleasure. So we take the same pleasure with this one, but it's pretty.
Yeah, Terry, some of our vessels are quite old, right?
Yes.
I know
Some of them have been donated, were donated, and are inscribed from the 1800s. So yes, and they're gorgeous.
It's quite a legacy that we've been
There
left.
it is.
Yeah.
And then Mina, you're the flower girl.
The flower lady.
Yeah, we shuffle the flowers around and come in. The bakers does have big arrangements, and then we can tear those up or use them in the church or wherever. And I enjoy doing it.
Yeah. Well, and as you said, since we have 4 worship services on a weekend, 2 of them in the chapel, 2 of them in the nave, the flowers and other things sometimes need to be moved back and forth, and that's part of what you guys do. I want to say, Sue, you mentioned oldsters. You guys are not old, you're just experienced.
Yeah, that's right.
But also, one of the things that I love about this church and the Altar Guild is that there are many really young people on the Altar Guild team as well, which is somewhat unusual.
Yes.
And a couple of men on the Altar Guild team. So
are men on the Altar Guild.
I really appreciate that about this parish.
That's a great group.
Let's go into the church and we can look at the altar. So this is what the priests leave for you at the end of worship in the nave. All of the Eucharistic vessels are set here on this table. This table, everything, of course, in the church has a special name, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the credence table. You guys saw some of those names in the cardboard template that Terry had back there for how to set things up. You guys take these then and...
We do. We will take them back to the sacristy, clean them up, set them out on the diagram, and then the next person that comes in can pick them up from the diagram and add the hosts, as we have here. Put in the package of hosts, refill the wine, refill the flagon of wine, whatever's needed for the next service. Every service is basically the same with just slight variations, and the person who is dealing with that service knows what the variations are and takes it from there.
Thanks. And you guys are here at, when do you do this work?
So Jane and I set up on Saturday mornings. And it's such a special time because either the organ is being practiced or the pipes and drums corps downstairs. You can hear the pipes up here while you're setting up. You're all alone. It's wonderful, isn't it, Jane? Also, we walk through the Nearly New shop, and sometimes we get a bargain.
And as far as a time commitment, people can come at times that fit their schedules, right?
At the convenience, they come for the service that they attend. We don't ask anybody to set up a service that they're not familiar with or that they would have to come at an unusual time to do.
And it takes about, 20 minutes at the
Yeah.
most.
Great. So we move through the church year with lots of different colors for each of the different seasons, and sometimes even during midweek there might be a different color for a day. How do you guys know what to do for that?
We have a calendar in the sacristy, and it identifies what color vestments, etc., and paraments that we need to use. So during Lent, the color's purple, and you'll see purple everywhere. And then it goes purple until this is Holy Week, starting with Palm Sunday. The color will turn to red, and then at Easter it turns to white. But we check the calendar every week. The person who's handling 5 o'clock service, Sue or Jane, will check the calendar and get the color, and then we go from there.
Thanks.